So hello and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. We'll be doing molecular biology numerical, especially based on the DNA melting temperature. This is our lecture 18. So our first question is, what is the melting temperature of a DNA molecule that is 450 base pair long and has 50% GC content? So any idea how we should proceed for this? So in order to do such questions, you need to remember one formula of the melting temperature. Okay, if your base pair, if your DNA base pair is less than 14 base pair, then the formula is Tm is equal to twice of A plus T plus 4 times of G plus C. Okay, if it is less than 14 base pair. But here the question is given of around how many base pair? 450 base pair. Then you need to use another formula, that is Tm is equal to 64.9 plus 0.41 into percentage of GC given minus 500 divided by DNA length. Okay, is it clear? So this you're going to do when they're talking about less amount of, or the base pair is less than 14 base pair, and if it is more than 14 base pair, then you need to use this formula. Okay, now using this formula, can you solve it now? So the DM will be 64.9 plus 0.41. What is the percentage of GC given? It is given as 50. Correct. It is given as 50. So you
50.
write 50 minus 500. What is the DNA length given? 450. Right?
450.
450. So how much you will get now? Solve it. Take out a calculator and check how much you are getting the answer. Anyone? So around approximately 84.3 you will get. So hence your answer is D. Okay. So if you have not checked right now, so later please check it using your calculator, or if you can do it by yourself, that is far better, because during the exam calculators are not allowed. Okay. So is it clear? Simple. Please remember this formula. Then it is very easy. This formula. Okay. So where Tm is your melting temperature, 64.9 plus 0.41 into percentage of GC minus 500 divided by DNA length. So based on this formula, we will doing the today's numericals. Now next, suppose you have two samples of DNA. Sample 1 is around 1050 base pair. Okay, so your sample 1 is given as 1050 base pairs long, and sample 2 is 650. So sample 2 is given as 640 base pairs long. If both have same percentage of GC content, which one has the higher melting temperature? So again use the same formula. So Tm is equal to, what is the formula? 64.9
0.9 plus 0.41
percentage of GC minus
minus 500 by
right. Now the thing is that they have said is that they have got the same percentage of GC. So either you can use any percentage, whether you can use 10 percentage or 20 percentage, but you have to use it for the both. Correct? So what you can do, take a randomly, just take any number of percentage of GC. So let us take 80. Okay, let us say take 80, or you can take 100 also, no problem. You can take 100 also, but I'm just saying that you can, whatever number you take for the percentage of GC, it has to be same for the both. Okay, so in case of TM1, so how much you are getting then when you solve it? So instead of DNA length over here, first in sample 1, that is TM1, here it will come 1050, right? 100 by
yes ma'am
1050. Rest all same, right? If this is same, this is same. And in case of TM2, it is going to be 500 by 640. Now, if you divide, what value you get? It is around 0.48 and this is around 0.78. Okay, now put the value over here. In place of this minus this value, you will get certain answers. Now, you put the value and tell me which one is having the higher temperature. Put the value and tell me what is the final answer. So your TM1 is 64.9 plus, let us take here 0.41 into 80 minus 0.48. TM2 is your 64.9 plus 0.41 into 80 minus 0.78. So which one will have the higher temperature? Actually, by looking at this equation itself, you can tell which one will have the higher. See,
Yes, ma'am. TM2.
no, Pallavi, it's the opposite. See, this value is more than this. So when you're subtracting this higher value from this, it means what? TM2 is going to have less value as compared to TM1. This is same.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
This
yes.
is same. Correct. Now, among these two, 0.48 and 0.78, which one is higher? This value is higher. So when you subtract higher value, you're going to get the less value, lower value, correct? So your TM2 will have less value as compared to your TM1. So you don't have to actually solve it entirely, right? From this itself, you can understand. So here the answer is that sample 1 will have the maximum temperature. Okay. Now, you don't have to do even solving also. More the DNA length, more the melting temperature. That is also one way to do the question. Okay, so I just have to remove the options actually, so that we can learn the so that we can learn how to solve it actually. So the other method is, this is the mathematical way that you need to solve it entirely and then get the value and then understand which sample is having the maximum value. Okay, the other method is that higher the base pair, higher the melting temperature. Okay. Higher the GC content, higher the melting temperature. But here, since the GC content was same, that's why we need to focus on the base pair now. So if you have got the higher value of GC, higher percentage of GC or higher length of the base pair, the melting temperature is going to be high for that particular sample. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Now, what is the maximum TM for a DNA sample? That is 500 base pair long. This is again very simple. So what will be the answer? This is very simple. So TM is equal to 64.9 plus 0.1 into, since they have given maximum, they're asking maximum. So what will be the maximum value you can use for GC? Huh? What is the maximum value for a GC you can use? What maximum percentage for GC you can use? It is going to be 100, right? Beyond 100% you cannot go. So since they're asking what is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
maximum TM, then you need to take the maximum GC content. Now solve it. 64.9 plus 0.41 into 100 minus 500 divided by 500. Correct? So here it is 1. So how much you are getting? Right? Degree Celsius. So option B. Simple?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm? See, even though I'm doing it right now because already I have solved this thing and kept. So you also need to practice, okay, later.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, the TM of a DNA measured in 0.15 molar NaCl was 60 degrees Celsius. Okay, what will be the TM compared to 60 degrees Celsius if measured in presence of 0.15 molar NaCl and 0.5 molar urea? Yes, so what will be the answer? This here you don't have to actually solve it. So we know what happens in the presence of urea. What happens?
Concentration decreases.
No. DNA is there. What happens to DNA? if you have got DNA like this, you have added 0.15 NaCl, you got 60 degree as Tm. Okay. Again, DNA is there. Along with 1,5 NaCl, you have added 0.5 molar urea. What will happen to Tm? So what is urea actually? What is the function of urea? This we have already discussed in Mole Bio series. So what is the function of urea? What does urea does? It is a chemical denaturant. Now tell me what will happen. This is your urea. Okay, so it acts as chemical denaturant. Okay, so it's a denaturing agent. So what kind of denaturing it will be doing in the DNA molecule?
It forms single stranded.
So in other ways, it breaks your hydrogen bonds. Okay. Now, what happens when we increase the temperature? Yes. Don't be hesitant. Just say whatever comes to your mind. What happens to DNA molecule?
Denatures.
Yes. So even if you increase the temperature, it is going to break the hydrogen bond. So in the presence of urea, urea already is breaking the hydrogen bond. So what will happen to the Tm then? It means what? Tm means what? Melting temperature, right? From double stranded reaching single stranded. So that temperature is called Tm, correct? So what will happen to Tm now? Already urea has denatured the hydrogen bonds. So what will happen to the Tm? Whether it will increase or decrease, decrease or increase, or there will be no change, or it will become zero. What will happen to the Tm now?
Decrease.
Very good. So it is going to be lower because already maximum hydrogen bonds have been broken by the chemical denaturant, that is a urea. So the temperature required to reach the melting temperature will be lowered or decreased. Good. Yes. So in the DNA molecule, 880 guanine nucleotides were found, which account for 22% of the total number of nucleotides in this DNA. Determine the other nucleotides in this DNA and length of this fragment. So yes, how we are supposed to start this question? So I know that guanine is 880. What should be the next step? Yes, Pratima? So whenever we talk about guanine, I should also know C is how much then?
Cytosine. Same.
How much? Same. Okay.
880.
Yes. I also know that it is 22 percentage. Guanine. Guanine is 22 percentage. So it means what? Cytosine is also 22 percentage. What about then 80 percentage? It is going to be 100 minus 22 minus 22. Agree?
64%.
54. 100 minus 44. So it is 56. Huh? So
Okay,
how much you're going to get? 80 percentage. 100 minus 44. 56. So it means what?
56.
Means A and T half half. 28%, 28%. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now this much is done. Now what they're asking is to determine the total number of nucleotides. What we got is percentage. We need in number. So how much is given? Already it is given that 880G, 880C total is 760. If you add, you're going to get 1760. Okay. It means what? It is 22 percentage. It is 22 percentage. I need to calculate 1 percentage means how many nucleotides, so that I can get the number of nucleotides of A and T. Correct? Are you getting the point? If I know that 1% means these many nucleotides, then I can calculate any nucleotides present in the DNA molecule. So number of nucleotides divided by total percentage, how much should I get? I am getting on solving, I'll get 40. Okay. So it means what? It means, therefore, it means 1% means 40 nucleotides. Is this step clear? Is this step is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I know that 1% means 40 nucleotides. So how many I was having? A 28%, right? So A will be 28 into 40 then now. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
This is also 28 into 40 now. So how much I'm getting? 8 for the. Okay, so
1120.
1120 I'm getting as A and T. And already in the question, we know that 880 is G, 880 is C. So what is the length of the DNA molecule now? What is the total number of base pair present? Yes, so it is going to be 1120 plus 880 equals to
Yes, ma'am. 2000.
2000 base pairs. Okay, so what is the question asked? Determine the other nucleotides. So we have already determined G is 880, C is 880, A and T also determined around 1120, 1120. Right? Now what they're asking is what is the length of this fragment? So what is the length? Is this the correct answer? Having 2000 base pair. This is the number of base pair present in the DNA molecule. So what will be the length of the DNA then? Yes. How to calculate then? What is the distance between two nucleotides?
Distance between two nucleotides, ma'am. 3.4 angstroms.
Yes. So it is 3.4 angstrom into 2000 base pair. So whatever value comes is the length of your DNA. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Getting the confidence to do in future?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Because see, these are very simple numericals. It's just that you should know how to start actually. So whenever G is given, you should start just calculating the C and AT. So whatever based on these DNA structure is coming, that is basically the Chagas rule. First, get the percentage or the number of nucleotides of your GCAT. Then you can do anything. If it is they're asking the number of base pair, just add it. If they're asking the length, just multiply with the distance between the two nucleotides. That is your 3.4 angstrom or 0.34 nanometer. Okay, so don't get confused. And now today we learned another new formula of TM. So what is the formula? 64.9 plus 0.41 into percentage 500 by length of DNA. That is only to be used when the base pair is high. Okay, if it is small DNA fragment, then you have to use for the another formula, that is twice of 80 plus 4 times of GC. Okay, now it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what is the GC content of a DNA molecule 800 base pairs long that has TM of 92 degrees Celsius? So again, I'm writing the formula again over here. So we know that TM is 64.9 plus 0.41 into percentage of GC minus 500, and how much molecule base pair they have given? It is 800.
800.
So, and TM is given as 92. So 92 is equal to 64.9 plus 0.4. We don't know what is this, x minus 5 by 8. Right? So what is x then? 92 minus 64.9 plus 5 by 8 divided by 0.41. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So some value you will get. So if you solve it, you're going to get how much? You're going to get around 67%. So that is around 67 point this percentage you will get. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
These are very simple. It's just that little time it will take on solving. So if you're very good in your calculation like multiplication and division, then these questions becomes easy. And don't get habit of using calculator. Try to, do it yourself. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you, people. I hope you liked this video.